Hello, Internet. It's time to read the Bible. Up to April 20th. Be reading Joshua chapter 21, verse 1 to chapter 22, verse 20. Let's see here. I had a voice in mind. I'm trying to remember who it was. Then the leaders of the tribe of Levi came to Shiloh to consult with Eleazar, the priest, with Joshua and the leaders of the various tribes. The Lord instructed Moses to give cities to us Levites for our own homes. No. I was gonna do Curly, but I can't hit his pitch, and it sounds too much like Bugs Bunny, which I did just like 3 days ago. Who else? I'm not. It's been too long. I don't remember how to do any of the other Three Stooges voices. The thing is, it's like there's some voices I can like do quotes of, and it sounds pretty close, but I can't talk normal because I only know how to say the one thing. Sorry, this is irrelevant. I'm wasting time. We'll just go with. The Lord instructed Moses to give cities to the Levites for our homes and pasture land for our cattle, they said. So they were given some of the recently conquered cities with their pasture lands. 13 of these cities had been assigned originally to the tribes of Judah, Simeon, and Benjamin. These were given to some of the priests of the Kohath division of the tribe of Levi, descendants of Aaron. These other families of the Kohath division were given 10 cities from the territories of Ephraim, Dan, and the half-tribe of Manasseh. The Gershon division received 13 cities, selected by a sacred lot in the area of Bashan. These cities were given by the tribes of Issachar, Asher, Naphtali, and the half-tribe of Manasseh. The Merari division received 12 cities from the tribes of Reuben, Gad, and Zebulun. So the Lord's command to Moses was obeyed, and the cities and pasture lands were assigned by the toss of the sacred dice. First to receive their assignment were the priests, the descendants of Aaron, who was a member of Kohath division of the Levites. The tribes of Judah and Simeon gave them the 9 cities listed below, with their surrounding pasture land. Hebron in the Judean hills, as a city of refuge. It was also called Kiriath Arba. Arba was the father of Anak, although the fields beyond the city and the surrounding villages were given to Caleb, the son of Jephunneh. Libnah, Jatir, Eshtemoa, Holon, Debir, Ain, Judah, and Beth Shemesh. The tribe of Benjamin gave them these 4 cities and their pasture lands: Gibeon, Gaba, Ananoth, Alman, and Alman. So in all, 13 cities were given to the priests, the descendants of Aaron. The other families of the Kohath division received 4 cities and pasture lands from the tribe of Ephraim: Shechem, a city of refuge; Gezer, Kibzaim, Beth Horon. The following 4 cities and pasture lands were given by the tribe of Dan: Elteki, Gibbethon, Ajalon, and Garamon. The half-tribe of Manasseh gave the cities of Tanakh and Gath-Rimmon, with their surrounding pasture lands. So the total number of cities and pasture lands given to the remainder of the Kohath division was 10. The descendants of Gershon, another division of the Levites, received 2 cities and pasture lands from the half-tribe of Manasseh: Holon in Bashan, a city of refuge, and Be-Eshtera. The tribe of Issachar gave 4 cities Kishion, Daberath, Jarmuth, and Harganim. The tribe of Asher gave 4 cities and pasture lands: Mishal, Habdon, Hekath, and Rehob. The tribe of Naphtali gave Kadesh in Galilee, a city of refuge, Hamath Dor, and Kartan. So 13 cities were with their pasture lands were assigned to the division of Gershon. The remainder of the Levites, the Merari division, were given 4 cities by the tribe of Zebulun: Jokneam, Karta, Dimnah, and Nahlah. Reuben gave them Bezer, Jahaz, Kedemoth, and Mephath. No, Mephaath. There we go. There was a weird double A there. Anyway, Gad gave them 4 cities with pasture lands: Ramoth, a city of refuge, Mahanaim, Heshbon, and Jazer. So the Merari division of the Levites was given 12 cities in all. The total number of cities and pasture lands given to the Levites came to 48. So in this way the Lord gave to Israel all the land he had promised to their ancestors. And they went in and conquered it and lived there. And the Lord gave them peace, just as he had promised, and no one could stand against them. The Lord helped them destroy all their enemies. Every good thing the Lord had promised them came true. Joshua now called together the troops from the tribes of Reuben, Gad, and the half-tribe of Manasseh, and addressed them as follows: You have done as the Lord's disciple Moses commanded you, and you have obeyed every order I have given you, every order of the Lord your God. You have not deserted your brother tribes, even though the campaign has lasted for such a long time. And now the Lord your God has given us success on the rest as he promised he would. So go home now to the land given you by the Lord's servant Moses on the other side of the Jordan River. Be sure to continue to obey all of the commandments Moses gave you. Love the Lord and follow his plans for your life. Cling to him and serve him enthusiastically. So Joshua blessed them and sent them home. Moses had assigned the land of Bashan to the half-tribe of Manasseh, although the other half of the tribe was given land on the west side of Jordan. As Joshua had sent away the troops, I lost my place. Yes, he blessed them and told them to share their great wealth with their relatives back home. Their loot of cattle, silver, gold, bronze, iron, and clothing. So the so the troops of Reuben, Gad, and the half-tribe of Manasseh left the army of Israel at Shiloh in Canaan, and crossed the Jordan River to their own homeland of Gilead. Before they went across, while they were still in Canaan, they built a large monument for everyone to see, in the shape of an altar. But when the rest of Israel heard about what they had done, they mustered an army at Shiloh and prepared to go to war against their brother tribes. First, however, they sent a delegation, led by Phinehas, son of Eleazar the priest. They crossed the river and talked to the tribes of Reuben, Gad, and Manasseh. In this delegation were 10 high officials of Israel, one from each a of the 10 tribes, and each a clan leader. When they arrived in the land of Gilead, they said to the tribes of Reuben, Gad, and the half-tribe of Manasseh, The whole congregation of the Lord demands to know why you are sinning against the God of Israel by turning away from him and building an altar of rebellion against the Lord. Was our guilt at Peor, from which we have not even yet been cleansed, despite the plague that tormented us, so little that you must rebel again? For you know that if you rebel today, the Lord will be angry with all of us tomorrow. If you need the altar because of your land is defiled, then join us on our side of the river, where the Lord lives among us in his tabernacle, and we will share our land with you. But do not rebel against the Lord by building another altar in addition to the only true altar of our God. Don't you remember that when Achan, the son of Zerah, sinned against the Lord, the entire nation was punished, in addition to the one man who had sinned? Doesn't take long, does it? Moving on, we have Luke chapter 20, verses 1 through 26. In case you were wondering, I'm doing what's that president's name? The one who came after Reagan. The one that not very many people like. Nixon, that's right, I'm doing President Nixon, particularly the Futurama version. He's a little more crazy. It's losing his body. Moving on. On one of those days when Jesus was teaching and preaching the good news in the temple, he was confronted by the chief priests and other religious leaders and councilmen. They demanded to know by what authority he had driven out the merchant from the temple.
I'll ask you a question before I answer.
He replied,
Was John sent by God, or was he merely acting under his own authority?
They talked it over amongst themselves. If we say his message was from heaven, then we are trapped, because he will ask, then why didn't you believe him? But if we say John was not sent from God, the people will mob us, for they are convinced that he was a prophet. Finally they replied, we don't know. And Jesus responded,
Then I won't answer your question either.
Now he turned to the people again and told them this story.
A man planted a vineyard and rented it out to some farmers, and went away to a distant land to live for several years. When harvest time came, he sent one of his men to the farm to collect his share of the crops, but the tenants beat him up and sent him back empty-handed. Then he sent another, but the same thing happened. He was beaten up and insulted and sent away without collecting. A third man was sent, and the same thing happened. He, too, was wounded and chased away. What shall I do? The owner asked himself. I know. I'll send my cherished son. Surely they will show respect for him. But when the tenants saw his son, they said, This is our chance. This fellow will inherit all the land when his father dies. Come on, let's kill him, and then it will be ours. So they dragged him out of the vineyard and killed him. What do you think the owner will do? I'll tell you. He will come and kill them and rent the vineyard to others. But they would never do a thing like that, his listeners protested. Jesus looked at them and said, Then what does the scripture mean where it says, The stone rejected by the builders was made the cornerstone? And he added, Whoever stumbles over that stone shall be broken, and those on whom it falls will be crushed to dust.
When the chief priests and religious leaders heard about this story he had told, they wanted him arrested immediately, for they realized that he was talking about them. They were the wicked tenants in his illustration. But they were afraid that if they themselves arrested him, there would be a riot. So they tried to get him to say something that could be reported to the Roman governor as a reason for arrest by him. Watching their opportunity, they sent secret agents pretending to be honest men. They said to Jesus, Sir, we know what an honest teacher you are. You always tell the truth and don't budge an inch in the face of what others think, but teach the ways of God. Now tell us, is it right to pay taxes to the Roman government or not? He saw through their trickery and said,
Show me a coin. Whose portrait is this on it? And whose name?
They replied, Caesar's, the Roman emperor's. He said,
Then give the emperor all that is his, and give to God all that is his.
Thus their attempt to outwit him before the people failed, and marveling at his answer, they were silent. Now we read Psalms chapter 89, verses 1 through 13. Forever and ever I will sing about the tender kindness of the Lord. Young and old shall hear about your blessings. Your love and kindness are forever. Your truth is as enduring as the heavens. The Lord God says, I have made a solemn agreement with my chosen servant David. I have taken an oath to establish his descendants as kings forever on his throne, from now until eternity. All heaven shall praise your miracles, O Lord. Myriads of angels will praise you for your faithfulness. For who in all heaven can be compared with God? What mightiest angel is anything like him? The highest of angelic powers stand in dread and awe of him. Who is revered as he by those surrounding him? O Jehovah, commander of the heavenly armies, where is there any other mighty one like you? Faithfulness is your very character. You rule the oceans when their waves arise in fearful storms. You speak, and they lie still. You have cut haughty Egypt to pieces. Your enemies are scattered by your awesome power. The heavens are yours, the world, everything, for you created them all. You created north and south. Mount Tabor and Mount Hermon rejoice to be signed by your name as their maker. Strong is your arm, strong is your hand. Your right hand is lifted high in glorious strength. And finally, we have for today Proverbs chapter 13, verses 15 and 16. A man with good sense is appreciated. A treacherous man must walk a rocky road. A wise man thinks ahead. A fool doesn't, and even brags about it. A lot of fools today, I know. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed and got something out of this reading. And as always, God bless you.